ẹ̀mí mímọ́ dé o, ẹ̀mí àwọn ẹ̀mí, ẹ̀mí mímọ́ dé o, ẹ̀mí àwọn ẹ̀mí, ẹ̀mí àwọn ẹ̀mí káàbọ̀ ó ti dé. Ẹ̀mí àwọn ẹ̀mí káàbọ̀ ó ti dé. Ẹ̀mí mímọ́ dé o, ẹ̀mí àwọn ẹ̀mí, ẹ̀mí mímọ́ dé o, ẹ̀mí àwọn ẹ̀mí, ẹ̀mí àwọn ẹ̀mí káàbọ̀ ó ti dé. Ẹ̀mí àwọn ẹ̀mí káàbọ̀ ó ti dé. Alágbára ni, agbára dání, abánimúlẹ̀ má dání ni, olùṣẹ́gun ni, ajaṣẹ́gun ni, ẹ̀mí tó sọ yẹ̀yẹ́ mi dá yẹ̀yẹ́ ni, adáni ni, atúnidání, mọ̀rímọ̀rí tí ń mọ̀rí ọmọ tuntun ni, yágbóyájò ọkùnrin ogun, abetilu kára bí ajere, òbìrìkìtì ajípọ̀jọ́ kúdà, ẹ̀mí tó lóyún ara rẹ̀, tó bíra rẹ̀, tó tọ́ra rẹ̀, tó sọra rẹ̀ lórúkọ ni. Alágbẹ̀dẹ ọ̀run o, ọba tí ń bẹ nílé tí ń bẹ lóde.
Kingdom Radio.
The voice of angels provoke the presence of God. This is your show, Voice of an Angel. And I'm your presenter, Jennifer Cruz. I'm here with a very special guest today. His name is Daniel Ordained. Like we've always said on this program, we're here to walk down memory lane to talk about our artists, the journey they have taken so far to where they are now. They're going forward, but what have they done so far? That's what we're talking about on this show. We want to be able to appreciate what God is doing in their lives, the sacrifices they're making, their efforts they're putting in to make sure their talents are being given to the world. So I want you to join us today, share this program, share it, because we don't want to contain our artists to just a little, small group of people. We want to be able to spread them around the world for people to know who they really are and for them to be able to gain from this gift and talent that the Lord has given to them. So we're going to invite our special guest now, Daniel D. Ordained. Daniel D. Ordained, can you come into the show? Thank you.
Kingdom Radio.
Hello, Mr. Daniel. How are you?
Hi, good afternoon. It's nice being here.
Yeah. Welcome on the show today. It's nice to have you on this show.
Thank you very much. The pleasure is mine. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Okay. So today, before we go into the show, I want you to introduce yourself a bit. Tell us a little bit about Daniel D. Ordained.
Okay. Thank you very much. My name is Daniel D. Ordained. I'm a gospel music minister, and I hail from the city of Benin, Edo State, Nigeria. I'm married with 2 kids, 2 boys, and God has been so faithful. And it's really nice being here with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being a part of this show today, for honoring our invitation. We are so appreciative of that. So we know that, you know, we've been seeing a lot of things that you're doing for the Lord, a lot of things, and we think that it's time for the world to actually know the journey so far to this point you've been in. Okay. So today, just a part of it, to be able to know a little bit of it, we have these few questions that we want to ask you. So we have numbers on the card and we have questions on them. So I want you to pick a number and we'll ask you the question on that card. So what number do you want?
I'll go for number 4 because it's my birthday. Number 4 because it's my birthday.
Okay, number 4. Okay, so the question is, number 4, what would you say are some of the inputs of your music director to your music? So before we go into that question, we want to be able to find out from you, how long have you been singing for?
Professionally, I've been singing since the age of 19. Professionally.
Okay.
Since the age of 19.
That's wonderful. That's awesome. That's so many years now. So you've really been in the ministry for a long time. That's wonderful. Okay. So now the question, what would you say are some of the inputs of your music director to your music?
It's really a big one. Big inputs and big impacts, because I learned a lot from my music directors who have directed me in the past and even till date. I learned a lot of things musically and even outside the music box. So the first music director I had, his name is Jemmy. He actually gave me a clue, an idea of arranging melody, rhythms, composing songs, and the rest of it. So even to date, I'm still learning. As the saying goes, that no man is an island, and no man knows it all. So I'm still learning till date. I still have a music director till date that I still run to. I still learn one or two things from. But basically, I learned a whole lot of what I know today from my first music director, Mr. Yemi by name. And it has really been a big, massive impact in my music ministry.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, that's really great. So they've impacted you so much, especially your first producer. That's really beautiful. Yes. So now pick another question. Number?
I'll go for number 6 because it's the month of my birthday.
Okay. It says, do you have an old artist, that is an artist that have sung that started singing some time back and is still singing, that has influenced your singing ministry up till date? The question is, an old artist that has influenced your ministry. Do you have somebody like that?
Yeah, I grew up listening to more of Kirk Franklin. So those days we don't have more of how we see it now. Then we have more of the choir groups in the churches. Then we listen to more of the Western music. We minister more of the Western music on Sundays. Even till date, there are some songs that when you sing them now, we will know the era of you being in the choir. There are some songs that are no more dead. Old songs like Pana Persipo, McClocking, Don Moe, Sissy Winer, Shirley Caesar, Kirk Franklin, Baron Gates. We don't do more of them these days. Nowadays we do Mercy Chinwo, Frank Edwards, Sinach, Chioma Jesus, Samsung. So those days, I grew up in the choir more with the song of Kirk Franklin, and Kirk Franklin really inspired me a lot. Even till
Yeah.
date, when I'm writing songs, I still use his IQ because I grew up when his first visit to Nigeria, I left Benin to Delta State to watch him minister in a church in Warri. When I heard he's coming to Nigeria, I had to travel from Benin to Warri. This pastor hosted him then, Pastor Ayori Jafo, hosted him in his church then, like 15, 17 years ago. So I traveled
Wow.
from Benin City to Warri to watch Kirk Franklin. So he's been my mentor and I really love he had a great impact in my music. Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, Danny Diodin, would you say that you sing like Kirk Franklin or you are original? You have your own originality?
Uh I don't sing like a Franklin. I took a concept from him.
Okay.
If you listen to my song, you will not too much hear that Western pattern. Like you don't have to worry, I am here. You know all those kind of his songs. No, I just you won't hear too much of the Western pattern, but you will someone that actually knows music can dig the root to Kirk Franklin.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So for you, you are original and you have your own kind of music that you sing.
Yeah, I have my brand. I have my brand. I'm Daniel the Ordained, and um, I have my own brand. I'm simply a
Okay.
worshiper. That's just it.
Okay. Okay. Because I've seen a lot of some of your songs. They're like there's like this diversity of genre. You know, you sing I would say worship. Sometimes you're into praise, and sometimes like there's a diversity of languages also involved, entwined in your music. What would you say about that? Entwining
Yes,
the different
yes,
languages and English and all that.
yes. That's the normal thing to do in music. As a music minister, you must be ready. You must be dynamic. As a music minister, you must touch every angle. I learned that from a Samuel Poso. Then when he sang Welu Welu, you know, Sammy is always touching Yoruba, Shekiri, Akwa Ibom, where his mom came from, Igbo, Yoruba. So I have this IQ of as a music minister, you have to diversify, you have to touch each angle, you know, and you don't have to be predictable.
Yeah, yeah,
Not predictable. There are some artists today that when you just hear or see that they want to drop a single, you just know the kind of song they are coming out with. For me,
mm-hmm.
it's very wrong. Very wrong. I don't want to mention it. There are some big names that they are already actually going off. They are just little by little, they're already going off because they are just stick to one pattern, one gene, you know, just every
Yeah,
time they are very predictable. So I don't want people to know, I don't want people to actually know this is what they need to do. Always try to be dynamic and touch every angle.
that's good. So that brings us to the question it's asking about have you found yourself reinventing yourself in your music career? That's number 5. It says, have you found yourself reinventing yourself at any point in your career?
Yeah, just as I said, you have to be dynamic. There was a time as I said, I grew up listening to more of Kirk Franklin,
Yeah,
and there came a time that I now switched to Frank Edward because Frank Edward brought more of the contemporary.
yeah.
Organedo, those of his songs, and
Okay. Daniel Jane is going to join us shortly. But before Daniel Jane joins us, we want to be able to let's listen to his producer. Tell us a little bit about their relationship. The producer, please.
Hi, my name is Tijas, a music producer and an audio engineer. I've known Danny and Ordained for good 3 years now, and it has been an amazing year been working together. Yeah. Yeah, the experience was cool because Danny and Ordained is very talented and he always open to learn, very committed to his music career. I really love him for that. Yeah, I've done Odomiri Bethsaida. I also done When We Worship. All the song was very powerful, very spiritual. Yeah, it was really challenges because a lot of creativity was needed. Yeah, the experience being working with him was cool because being with him alone was a vibe, was fun. You know. The style of music was very lovable, straightforward, and very, very simple. Simple and classic. Yeah. What will I say about him? I will say Dan and the Ordain is a very caring man, very God fearing. What will I say? He's a good man. Yeah. Thank you so much. I remain Tijas. God bless you.
That's awesome. That's his producer talk about Daniel Ordain's music, you know, how far he has been, what the connection has been like between them and all that. Daniel, then we just listen to your producer. Tell us a little bit about your work with him. Can you hear us?
Yeah, that's my. Yeah. That's a T-Jazz. I call him the spiritual producer.
It
That
really
is a
looks
good
he looks
producer.
spiritual actually.
Yeah. He has this spiritual touch that you will just wonder, how did he do that? So I normally call him the spiritual producer.
Oh, that's beautiful. So a question.
So
How is
he's
this
really a nice guy.
producer? He's a nice guy, huh? The relationship between you and this producer, tell us a little bit about it. The relationship between you and him.
Yes, there is one thing I love doing when I'm working with a producer. I've seen some artists, I've been to studio with some artists, maybe to help them do one or two things. I noticed some artists, when they just pick up their song to the studio, they tell the producer, this is what I want, and they don't want him to touch the song. So I don't do that. When I get to the studio, I'm open up to my producer. I want to learn. Tell me where you think I did wrong writing the song. Tell me how I can improve it. Tell me how I
Mm-hmm.
can improvise.
Mm-hmm.
And that's those thing I really enjoyed with teachers. Even
Mm-hmm.
before we even before I go to studio to voice the song, we've used like a week or 5 to 6 days to arrange the beats. He's so relaxed working. He's not in a haste that I want to finish the work today. No, he's not in a haste to finish your job. He's relaxed, he's focused. He will tell you, hey, calm down. I'm putting my name on your song, so I don't want to mess up here. So the fact is sometimes we quarrel, we fight in the studio, we shout at each other, but at the end of it, so we come up with a good job.
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. So before we go on to listen to your fan, tell us a little bit about a challenge that you have, encountered in this ministry that has defined your ministry. A challenge that you have encountered that have actually defined your ministry.
Okay. Uh, Number one is the finance.
Okay.
This is this is one thing. This is one thing we cannot run away for, except we want to pretend.
Yeah.
Starting, it wasn't easy starting up. It wasn't easy at all. As per 2013, when I did my first album of 6 tracks, I paid 130,000 naira. 130,000 naira. And then it was not easy because the money was not that coming then. And I actually picked 80,000 of my school fees and add up 50K to it to go and do my first album.
Wow.
My dad gave me 80,000 naira to pay my school fees, and I didn't pay it. I just added 50K to it, making it 40,000, and I did my first album. And later the Yawa now gas say I not pay school fees. Wahala now burst. So so it's not it hasn't been easy, but thank God that as I keep moving ahead, God keep opening doors unto me effortlessly. Opening doors to me effortlessly. Before I knock, doors are open. Before I call, a answer. And above all, I have a wonderful wife, a supportive wife who is always there. And God has really made things better, and it's been awesome. And apart from the finance, another thing is this competition of a thing, you know, this competition and envy of a thing. I
Yeah.
started in the midst of where where we were a group of singers in the church, outside the church, and when they noticed, I don't know, this thing is inbuilt. I didn't learn it. It's inbuilt. As I told you, I started music early, from the age of
Yeah.
nine. From the age of nine, I started singing. So this thing is inbuilt. I just saw myself doing it. I didn't go to music school. I just saw myself doing it. And
Yeah.
when I started gaining some ground, then in Benin, some of my colleagues now were like, why is he always the one? Why is he always there? Blah blah blah. That this, and the competition was much to the
Yeah.
extent of going to my pastors who happen to be my hosts to their churches to condemn me, to criticize me, to tell them I did this, I did that, even though it's not true. And God has just been so faithful, despite their criticisms, despite their competition. God still keep opening doors and putting me ahead. As I always tell people, I'm not in competition with anyone. I'm in competition with myself alone. I want to do
Yeah.
better. I want to be the best of me. I want to
Mm.
bring out the best of me, and that's it. Yeah.
Great. Awesome. So we want to be able to listen to one of your fans tell us a little bit about you and your ministry. So let's listen to the fan now. Thank you.
Good day, my name is George Edo Akani.
Welcome.
I am Lagos based. It's a privilege having to speak about this personality. I'm talking about the person of Daniel the Ordained. Yeah, I came in contact with his song, I think it's 2019 or early 2020. That's a song that brought me close to him, that made me a fan when we worship. This song is a powerful one. The lyrics, the content is very, very inspiring. Having to teach you how to worship and what you expect while worshiping. Though we were friends on Facebook for some time, but I didn't really follow him up until that song came around. That song made me go deep, because that song is a deeper one. You could really ascertain that the song is not just a mere words, but a direct message from God. They need to worship God and things you expect when worshiping God. That's something that made me a fan. And getting to know him was very, very awesome, because I got to fall in love so much with him rather. He is an open book, yes, very transparent. He loves celebrating others. I know apart from me saying this, others can also testify. He celebrates others so much and so selfless. So I am not just in love with his songs, but also in love with his ministry, appreciating God always for using him. And also I really thank God for him, allowing God to use him. It's a global impact that he ordained. It's a global impact. His songs are so inspiring. Yeah. So inspiring. So inspiring. So inspiring. I am not trying to be sentimental here, but I'm just telling you the truth. Because I know if at all others will be doing this video too, there are some things when you compare what I'm saying and what they are saying, you can easily know that it was not a cooked up talk, but actually what it is. So I love his ministry. I love his songs. I love his songs. I love his songs. I just pray God continue to use him mightily to bless people like me.
That was
Kingdom Radio.
That was a nice one from one of your fans. Very nice. Talking about your personality, how much he loves you and everything. Your selfless nature. And everything. Your selfless nature. That's nice.
Well, that's one thing about me. I don't know. I always see myself putting people of me because God gave me a vision. God gave me a vision, and that's what gave birth to Heaven Star City. God said, He said, my greatness relies on other great people that I can produce. So wherever I am, anything I'm doing, I try to give people privileges, give people platforms, give people connections, hook people up to, I've been here to minister. And the next thing, I want to connect another minister to that pastor to also host that same person. And I just love pushing people. We can all shine together. We can all be there. You don't need to pull one down for you to be there. There are several birds in the sky flying. And have you ever wondered that they never collided with each other one day? So the sky is wide enough for all of us to fly without colliding with each other. So that's just my belief. I pull people. I pull people. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. So before we go, we want to ask another question. Do you have a mentor? And who is this person?
Wow, a mentor. Uh, as I said before, started my music with Franklin. Later, I switched to Frank Edward. But at the moment, someone that I'm really, really, really following really tight now, at the game and close marking, is GUC. 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 Yeah, it's GUC all the way.
Okay.
It's really my kind and my type of person. It does the exact music I love to do. It ministers the exact way I want to minister, and I think for now it's just GUC. GUC.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So now, do you have any, before we go today, do you have any group of people that you want to appreciate for your ministry?
Firstly, I appreciate God because God Himself is the ministry. So I will appreciate God for giving me life, giving me the calling and the giftings. It's been so faithful. And
Okay, that's been Daniel the Ordained, appreciating God for his ministry. God has been great. God has been wonderful for what he has done in his ministry. So we've had Daniel the Ordained on the show today, telling us a little bit about the journey so far. Like we said, that's what Voice of an Angel is all about. So we're going to wind the curtain up for today, and we'll see you same time next week again. Daniel the Ordained is here. So, okay, can we continue? Just say a little bit before we go about who you want to appreciate, then we can wind up the show.
Yeah, I want to appreciate God. After God, appreciate my beautiful and lovely wife for always being there, and appreciate my beautiful sons, Emmanuel and Joshua. You know, when you have a lovely family who give you this rest, you will be able to push ahead in ministry. So I will really appreciate my family. And after that, I would like to appreciate my pastor's friends who always, invite me for ministration. I would like to appreciate my fans out there, my colleagues in the ministry, and also to appreciate stars of our generation and Kingdom Radio for their consistent support to me and to other gospel artists as well. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
It's been very nice having you on the show today, Daniel the Ordained. Daniel the Ordained has been here before on Kingdom Radio, and this is his time again coming to tell us a little bit about his ministry. Thank you so much for coming today. We'll see you some other time. As we have programs, we'll get you involved in the programs, and God bless you real good. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
Okay. See you some other time. Bye. Thank you guys for being a part of this show today. So like we said, just keep sharing the program, share it so that other people can know about this show and other artists that come in. It will be a blessed time. It's always a blessed time on the show. Thank you so much. God bless you. See you same time next Saturday. Bye.
Hallelujah. Bless your name, Jesus. Wisdom of the wise. When we worship, chains do break. When we worship, we'll see you. When we worship, we'll feel your presence in our midst. We are here to worship you again. We are here to worship you again.
When we worship, chains do break.
When we worship,
we see you.
bless you, Jesus.
When we worship,
We feel your presence in our midst. We are here to worship you again. We are here to worship you again. When we worship,
chains do break.
hallelujah.
When we worship, we see you.
We see you, Jesus.
We worship,
We feel your presence in our midst, Jesus. We are here to worship you again. Oh, we are here. We've come just to worship you again.
we worship, chains do break.
Hallelujah. When we worship, we see you, Lord Jesus. We feel you, Jesus. We feel your presence in our midst.